Unity Broadcasting.
Until the set okay soon, right?
Unity Broadcasting.
Unity Broadcasting Television don't come for unify, sensitize, and inform Salon people home and abroad. Unity Broadcasting TV don't come for developments now we come to you. Unify, sensitize, and inform we all for developments now we nation Salon. Unity Broadcasting TV don't come for developments now we come to you. Unify, sensitize, and inform we all for developments now we nation Salon. Independent media house, we dey here for unify, sensitize and inform Sierra Leoneans home and abroad.
We dey here so for talk, but wetin dey happen? Political discussion, you for know about Salon politics. Religious messages, entertainment self no go left bien. We no go left nothing bien.
Okay, good morning and good evening, good afternoon, Sierra Leoneans, wherever una dey at this time. Today na Sunday the 24th October. The program una dey watch today na hot topics, and these hot topics they can live to una from Houston, Texas. Me na una host and presenter Elizabeth Kefwe Fabe Nilgembe. Today we go talk about the Sierra Leoneans then we dey in Germany. I get with me a very important personality when Sierra Leonean way based in Germany. They come for talk so we about the current situation where they happen right now. This individual he done in Germany over 20 years. Now Sierra Leonean, he done turn citizen of Germany right now. And not only that, he go through Germany through the refugee process. Besides refugee process, we don't do verification of Sierra Leoneans then and other nationalities then because they speak German very well. They go come for talk to we about waiting they go on currently with the Sierra Leoneans and whether then they await deportation or then they await verification. This individual he go also tell we about couple lies the way they flow on social media. Some of them lies there, he go come for confirm whether not true, or someday where he go also do clarifications about them. I tell una plenty, thank you. Unity Broadcasting we dey live on Facebook as I dey transmit to una right now. We also get with YouTube channel. Just go on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so that whenever we upload any new videos, una go get notification. We get with website www.unitybroadcasting.com. We also get information there where you go and tap inside it. Like I've been telling una, we get an app where we pull nado anytime soon, before December, where they go able to forgive una boku thing there as unity they come. We get political history, we get defeating the lies, we get social media review, and then we get 101 topics where can come, some with other discussion with personalities then. I tell una plenty thank you. Like I say, una continue for watch and share this live video because on Unity side we get all important personality. Like I tell una, when I Sierra Leonean based na Germany, they can't tell we about the situation currently with we Salon family them. We brother and sisters then where we see them they do some demonstrations na the streets of Germany. We want this individual who can say we whether the Sierra Leoneans then currently the situation na deportation or na verification. Like I tell una just now, I tell una plenty thank you. Una continue for share this live video because Unity always they strive very hard for bring cancer una the cogent information. We know they just come on air because we want for come on air. We they come on air because we see the need for come on air and with correct information where they go out there with a clear course, because anything where we put inside na garbage in, garbage out. Tomorrow then go take on for verify what TV don't say. The world don't become so clear as social media don't they expose everything where they happen at the world now. I tell una plenty thank you. Now I go call with me guests and let I introduce them to una. Good evening and good afternoon, Mr. Gombe. This na Mr. Augustine Gombe, we na Germany based Sierra Leonean. We come today for make we discuss what thing they happen with brothers and sisters in Germany. Mr. Augustine, good evening and welcome to Unity Broadcasting.
Good evening and thank you for having me.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Augustine. So, Mr. Augustine, first thing first, I want to make you tell with Sierra Leoneans that right now where they look at you, waiting at the current situation of we brothers and sisters in Germany, then they wait deportation or then they wait for verification. So we start with that first.
Okay, thank you very much for asking me this question. Before ever I begin, I want to respect one protocol. Let we observe 1 or 2 seconds prayer for the country and for the brothers them way and sisters them way the deportation. Let God choose the right decision for them. Now to start with, Germany, a country that the European Union we get laws abiding refugee status na Germany. The one that already presently they know they await deportation and they await verification.
Okay,
so
you don't clear the air say not to deportation and verifications right now then they wait for, right?
That's correct.
All right. So but we see demonstrations they go on last week. Tell we exactly waiting the bring under demonstration.
Okay, now refugee status now Germany, you get reason why they accept you as a refugee from either Africa or any part of the world. One, you get people that when they come, they say me na gay or me na lesbian, and my country not accept me as a gay or as a lesbian. If they prove say this not true, then they give refugee status. If you say you're a political refugees, like what it happened to win at Sierra Leone, if you come, you say that APC they in power, like the brothers that will be don't come previous, they will be there on the APC, then say SLPP they in power, or APC they in power, then they are SLPPians, they don't approve that with that particular government day. So then they give tentative stay in Germany until they make sure say they get a lot of details from you for proof you claims them. That is to say, if a term of government now Sierra Leone 5 years, then they give you temporary stay in Germany while they investigate your case. During this period, then they pay house rent for you, then they give they care for your medicine, then they feed you and everything where a human being need for survival. So within this period, while they investigate this your case, then they expect you let you bring forward evidence for proof your case before ever they go down the court for final judgment. So now, what the German government they do is that after they don't give you this temporary stay, then they ask you like either you go take lawyer, or if you don't get a lawyer, they can take state lawyer for you for continuing the process. So within this period, if you get anything for proof, say yes, my life they in danger in my country, the bank come forward. The lawyer will argue for you and they will give you stay.
Okay,
In a case,
all right, conclude.
Yeah, in a case where you don't provide this lawyer so on time, then the State Department now they ask you for let you go to the embassy, let you go bring a proof for saying that Leoneans, because there is no African where they left the soil of Africa, Canada for country political asylum where they submit and passport them. On very rare occasion, maybe 1 out of a million. So then they they seek for political asylum without no documents.
Okay, Mr. Gombe, let me just get things clear. Sierra Leoneans, if you just watch we tune in this now Unity Broadcasting, we they talk about the situation of we brothers right now na Germany. Mr. Gombe na Sierra Leonean we based na Germany na a citizen currently, and it don't take over 20 years. But it bring cancer in world way I just want clarify. He said the previous governments will be in power, when the APC government, some SLPP people them income, where they try for seek asylum and talk say their life them is in danger. So Mr. Gombe, you attest to that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So now you want for tell me say na a reciprocal APC they try for do say their life then they in danger too?
Yeah, now this nobody they can seek political asylum, say the life they in danger, and that's the reason why they can give. So now when APC don't come out of government, you know, when they come for the interview, during the time of interview, you get something where then they record your voice, then you get somebody where they question you, then you get somebody where they write all the things they talk. So by doing the conclusion statement, then they ask you, say, okay, you say you're in SLPP. Now APC in government. You say APC not to good governance. So which means if SLPP come back to power, you ready for go, then you go say yes. Then they note and down. So anytime there is a change of government, all them one day will be done cancel political asylum, they talk say that government is not good. When new government don't candidate, expectation of them go. If within that time the way you don't seek up that asylum, to the time when that government is change, you don't do anything for changing your status there. You go don't exhaust everything possible for them you stay there. Therefore, they go ask you, they go ask you, they go out. Wow. Now this I don't happen to brothers them. I made they ask them, and they can't verify themselves.
Wow. Well, Sierra Leoneans, you see the background of waiting Mr. Gombe they try for explain to we brothers and sisters and when we based in Sierra Leone and we were then at the diaspora, where we actually not know the background of situations where they happen. This man a German citizen, he don't in Germany for the past 20 years and above. So they give you a detailed analysis because instead they tell we say now through that kind of process it will go a seek asylum. But now let we come to this asylum where we brothers and they try for seek Mr. Gombe. Mr. Gombe don't give you a detailed analysis say Sierra Leoneans then when one party they in power then they say their life they in danger. When the party can now in power, then they expect the German government, they expect them now say they for return, because eventually if you say your opponents they disturb you or not like you, when you own party can power, then they expect say you for don't exit and go back. And it give you the detailed analysis say the German government they take care of them, provide housing here and there. But Mr. Gombe, before we go to this claim, we see we brothers then say na camp them been there. How true is it na camp them be there or na the government's been paid take housing for them?
Yeah, then get various locations them where those locations na been ammunition na been armed na been during the Second World War. She might be stationed from US, from Britain, but these are inhabitable places where we don't free. So when refugees then come, because they know they get space for them, for many give them houses them on their own. So therefore, like 4 or 5 kids in a room. But when I get free place for do everything what I need for socialize, everything they need. But so when they don't grant you or they don't accept your refugee status, then they will ask you which side you want to go. Now you go to stand and say you want to go to this state, then they will pay transport for you, go there and send you there to the authorities. Then you go to a hotel until they get room for you and your family. You go to school and start your normal life.
Okay.
So until then, and the refugee comes in, I think it don't make any difference to who side you go in a private house. Only that you want to get in a house.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Augustine, for that clarification. But now we see with brothers then say they want for seek asylum. And some of the two major claims then where then they say, number one, they say some of them have been war picking them, where during the war, now then be the whole gun, then be the fight, and then return out, then they go, then victims then go kill them. Then one. Number two, some woman then say Bondo society Then one for go initiate them. So then 2 claims there, and then they try the man and say, then they be don't fetch the war, the woman and say, they want go force them for put them bondo. But like I build up a case now. The war be done since 2000. They don't declare peace in Sierra Leone. We all know that is almost 21 years ago. And then bondo, even Mother Biobi don't put a law say if you know 18 years, you know they ever force them for make you put them bondo. So these people then they don't, most of them they don't pass 18. No, but you know they where they did that claim where they below 18. So now these 2 claims say where we brothers and the claim say because then a war kids safe, then go then are victims. Number 2, they say the government want for go force them for put them per bondo, or the family want for force them put them per bondo. That's not true. But looking at the background of what if you don't give me, say na because them be lie say APC then a power, sorry SLPP then a power, they not going to survive. Now SLPP don't can a power, then they expect them now for go and survive under the government. What if you say na a true statement considering these 2 claims they are waiting give?
No, the statement is very simple. If you look at them, they all kind of they don't live now close to 10, 15, 20 years, most of them, or about 5 years, 5, 10, 15 years. Yeah. So if you don't come now within the period when government they changed in Sierra Leone, where if it depends on how on what you claim. If you don't get any evidence what proves say yes, what I talk everything are true. You can't go to lawyer. The lawyer can't go to court and then go argue on them. They need 2 points for proof say you lie, they lie. Then they deny you. And what in German hates now economic refugee. For certain difficult now salon or this one I don't get something for do, or I don't sell land, or I don't sell the house, or the parents they don't do this one. I may take care of 50 people then. We get German they wouldn't live in the streets there. We get German now when they live in the streets. So therefore, they say any government will go accept economic refugees. You know, we take 6 months and governance and Germany. The citizens they go rise and then go rise up against you now. As I say, when you say you're a refugee, you can't say political asylum. They want evidence or proof say that government they run after you. If you say you're not gay, they want proof. Anything any argument you bring forward, they want a proof. So, but first of all, before ever they go to conclusion, they must go for identify you as a Sierra Leonean before they push it all on database. Then they continue with our case.
But now with this proof where then with Sierra Leoneans then they give, and the government they stand say they no war be done since 2000. There is no more war in Sierra Leone. That's one. And then no picking, they know they ever force them or let them put them bondo. That one, of course, even the first lady and the husband they be done. That is eminent. Nobody know they know they force you for put you in a bondo if you don't attain the age of 18 years. If they do people they report and the government say put you in a tight corner. So but now if then they force on this claim and now the Germany government say then are economic refugees then. What if he say now the stand of with Sierra Leoneans there right now? What's in the stand or the embassy in own role right now for making help these with brothers and sisters then?
There is no way the government of Sierra Leone will help, neither the Sierra Leone embassy.
How? Why?
One, because when you come to seek political asylum, you get the statement where you give. If you talk saying that APC within government, me and APC not they come together, or they humiliate me, or they don't run after me, parent them. Then they give you time for that. Then you go prove your statement. If you're not able to prove their statement, then they're beyond doubt. You don't identify yourself as a Sierra Leonean. Then you come, you say you're a refugee. Then 2-3 months you don't say much to come. The one that wait on here 10 years, they go feel that they get sense fast. Even the one that we don't be here before. So man they come, he said I can't host you. He said 2-3 years. Anything I get, I go back in the country. So within that 2-3 years, they want to do anything other than for me them go make them fight, make them get and stay. They give you 6 months every inside 2 years. They give visa twice. So they get enough time for me them go do what they want to do. So when you don't exhaust the time when they want when they go process your case, you don't overdue. There is nothing the government of Sierra Leone will do. You can't force the citizen on another nation.
Wow. Well, Sierra Leoneans, if una just say listen and una just don't join with, please. This is a very important interview where I get with Mr. Augustine Gombe. Mr. Augustine Gombe na a Sierra Leonean we based in Germany, a citizen we done in Germany over 20 years. Now also a social activist. In 2017, then we also get an activity where then we come up with. However, it give you a detailed analysis of waiting they exactly go on Germany right now with our brothers and sisters. It is time for tell we say there is no major hope right now. Not that there is no hope because anything can happen with prayers and God in intervention. But there is no major hope because some of these Sierra Leoneans, then we don't talk say SLPP na in power, their life then are danger. They're not go able to go because they are victim of political embarrassment, political instability, or whatever claims them we don't give the German government. But Mr. Gombe they try for tell we say that some of them people are them voice and they on tape where they don't record. So now if you don't say SLPP then na APC then a power, then they suffer you. You don't can seek refuge for people country. Time don't reach now. You party where you say now you be the support. Don't can a power. But like you return now, this is the controversy Sierra Leoneans say. When some of we then at social media, we don't know what is the truth. We say things out of proportion, things out of context, or due to political reasons. Here is somebody who don't stay in Germany for 20 years. Now, in they give you a detailed analysis. This is what has happened where make people they know they go or where make people they know want to go. So the where APC they na power, SLPP can talk say their lives are in danger. They don't attest to that. Now, SLPP they na power, APC then can talk say their lives are in danger. Then once for me then go. All right, this is the situation. Possibly there might be hope. Because God can do anything. And let we pray for our brothers and sisters the way they done Germany right now because this is a national issue. We do not try for politicize and anybody who try for politicize this then ain't not a Sierra Leonean. And we go really go hard on them because whatever it is, a Sierra Leone, a Sierra Leone. A Sierra Leonean is a Sierra Leonean. Wherever we meet, either we say Kushe, Bo Abise, or Pierre Seke. That's 9 band we win at the coat of arms. So now based on that, Mr. Gombe, they try for giving a detailed analysis of what they go on. So but Mr. Gombe, tell with Sierra Leoneans the way they watch you right now. In this 2021, now we don't see this demonstration. Now the only demonstration this way Sierra Leoneans they don't perform or we don't get subsequent demonstrations then.
We don't get a series of demonstrations until when they come periodically because the German government they request the one day where they don't prove see these are not relevant in our community for make them go back to the country. Then I guess something where they really disturb me. We get the notion say we government they sell passport give foreigners them where they use in passport.
We go cancel that.
Okay. Okay.
Just clear that here first.
Okay. Yeah. So
the multiple demonstrations.
Yeah, this demonstration they don't happen. Or if APC time it don't happen. Jankabine time it happen. So until when they come periodically.
Okay, so Sierra Leoneans, the claim here about Mother Bio, nine they force people then for me then go, or nine can sign documents or let people then go. Please, I want this is an individual we don't base in Germany over 20 years. Nine they try for clear the air now for make sure say we put this particular discussion to rest in a clear cut manner because if you get the understanding say where APC can power SLPP they can't say their life then a danger. Where SLPP can power APC they can't talk say their life then a danger. And now you governments where you don't say they na power, where they na opposition, it don't count on a power, then they expect you for make you go. So why you for deny say you know they go? You they put all kind claims here and there. So now let we go the Sierra Leonean embassy or ambassador where they na Germany be poor word say there was a drug-related situation where they been catch somebody, where the person be get linked to Sierra Leone. How true was that statement, Mr. Gombe?
Yeah, where it come from the embassy, that could be 100% true. So now when it comes to drug related activities, then we get people that where they come from all over, where in English speaking Africa, they claim Sierra Leone. Yeah. So now assume say a Nigerian don't claim Sierra Leone 5-6 years ago. They don't refuse them in asylum process for all these years. Then you go underground. Whilst they underground, maybe a meet up woman, it be Bele, this woman born for them. Then if you bring documents for many can get visa inside that documents. Because they don't claim Sierra Leone, you don't get no option for get down. So what they do, if they go through another Sierra Leonean, when they party, either they go at the same church or they at the same club or they don't meet up for whatever and tell us, man, me, I can't take asylum under Sierra Leone. Now I don't get woman, they don't born for me, they won't give me documents. But I don't even get salon passport. So this person they make passport picture, he give with salon brother or with salon sister. Now we self they send this passport now salon. We they talk to the immigration as if now we need a passport. They make the passport, then bring and come, we go get a Nigerian man, he give money for them, then he use the passport.
Wow. Okay, this is very heart-rending and disturbing because such information here they put somebody to tears because the government and the country where we all they call Sierra Leone, it then at the hands of foreigners where they cause atrocities and trouble, where at the end of the day now me and you too they get this bad name. But Mr. Gombe, now we come to this issue of passports now. Just like you say, we passports then at the hands of Ghanaians, Sierra Leoneans, where they try Guineans, Liberians and other countries where they try for seek asylum or they try for seek refuge in other countries. But you don't try for explain say now we against Sierra Leoneans then they try for do that because either because of certain reasons we don't take small money in their hand here and there. What do you feel say the ambassador or the embassy that they really do for stop this particular act because they're not gonna just send passport for let them make right away. Now somebody get for car with that passport. Waiting are you the embassy? Waiting the embassy don't really try for do towards that.
The embassy don't go before do anything. This is why I left between the Sierra Leonean. We say if we want to make salon today, we come together as a family, as Sierra Leonean. Believe me, within 4 or 5 years, we don't salon go change until we accept this fact. We don't go no side. Now. If anybody need passport, make them go through the embassy send a salon, then bring the passport, the person will collect the passport at the embassy. But as long as we individually with a request for passport in Sierra Leone, this is not go done.
Well,
there is no black man where they come over in Guinea or any side where they can't talk say me as Sierra Leonean where they can't say political asylum with documents because say if you submit this passport. If they refuse them, that's the passport they will give for the porter. So therefore they need to submit them. So the notion say when they go and they use a new passport to go see political asylum, a lie.
Okay,
a lie.
This is very disturbing Sierra Leone, just like I say. Mr. Gombe they try for tell we say we own Sierra Leoneans and then they connive with other nationalities then for let them gain Sierra Leone passport. And when they gain these passports now then they cause some of the atrocities, just like when we say the embassy be forward say they catch a drug dealer where related to Sierra Leone. They end up for go verify them not a Sierra Leonean. You not even know the areas of Sierra Leone because there is no way somebody go tell me say I come up both time. I don't know say we get boat number 2. I don't know say there is New London. I don't know say there is Clements where when they take classes. I don't know say there is Sewa Road. There are certain areas where they go call. I don't know say Jaboma Day. There are certain areas where they go call for you for make you able to identify. If you not able to identify, then you go. There is no way you go say you come out McKinney, you not Sabi Road, Bene Road. There is no way you go say you come out Bonds, you not Sabi certain areas then are Bonds. So now we don't know we cancel these verification processes. Mr. Gombe, tell with Sierra Leoneans the way they watch you right now. How this verification process get for go on and how long this get for take because we brothers and sisters they up to now they still in the streets then they suffer then they go through the same over and over and over. How long this verification process get for start?
well, it's very unfortunate because German government, they know they give documents where they don't know your origin. Then you forget about it. Now assume the German government want give 200 of Sierra Leoneans in passport because of their good behavior or anything. You could be lucky. Now 1 in a million for me, they will just accept your statement before ever they give you, they get passport when a blue passport. Or it depends on the paragraphs then. What may they give you up. You must identify yourself in most cases for them to say you're not Sierra Leonean. That's no way escape her.
Okay, well.
So in a case, they don't say they don't give the telegram at the embassy, let the embassy go identify you, you don't agree for do harm. These are the process where they happen maybe 6 or 7 months into you don't ask for political asylum to 1 year. Before the end of that 1 year, they must give it for them at the embassy for them they go identify you. If you don't go there at all not, then they don't hang one big doubt on you of whether you're Israeli or not. So after you don't exhaust all this, then they don't put together a number of people that we don't claim Sierra Leone. Those are 200 or 300. Then they don't ask the embassy again. Then they ask directly the government from immigration men and can identify the Sierra Leoneans there. Now this make the people they left Shalom for Canada for identify Sierra Leoneans there. But other than that, there is no need for that because the embassy there. Once they give you letters, you go to the embassy, give you tickets for go and come. You go there. You present a letter there, the embassy they give you letters for accept to say you're not Sierra Leone or then deny you say you're not Sierra Leone.
Okay. I tell you plenty thank you, Mr. Augustine. This
Welcome on me.
This is not a very selfish attitude where we get we within the diaspora. This also they refer to we where they England, we were in US or Canada or Australia. Sierra Leoneans, we need for be nationalistic. Now we forget about this petty party politics here and there. It no go ever care we go before. It go always the drain we down. Mr. Gombe just to tell we say, we Sierra Leoneans then they seek asylum because then they lie say, these governments within a power, it won't kill me, mean a political victim. The other governments go come, the same people, then vicious circle. I go don't say are they APC, then when APC come, I say are they SLPP. When SLPP come, or I say are they PMDC. Vicious circle now we they do. We need for try for left this. Now we left for sell with Sierra Leonean passports. Now we all think now we not they blame government because there is widespread say that the government say try for do all these things, which is not true. Here is somebody where they at the ground. It don't take 20 years, over 20 years na the ground, a citizen of the place. He know the history in a social activist, and they give we detailed analysis of what they go on. We they take money na them foreigners their hand just for we own selfish gain. We go with send na Sierra Leone also because they are so power and hungry thirst. Then take money again because if I don't send $200, somebody it don't take 1 month, it not get $200, or it not even get 1 million leones. If me send 2 million leones for making make passport for me, Sierra Leoneans will not judge me if that man they go deny say no they do. So there are loopholes everywhere in this government, in Sierra Leone, not only the government. There are loopholes everywhere because when APC come, SLPP do. When SLPP come, APC do. Where are we heading to? Where are we heading to? Our brothers and sisters, then they suffer right now. This is not about politics. It's not about SLPP. It's not about APC. It's about Sierra Leone. Because when it go bad, now me to they smell that rotten fish. When it go good, now me to they laugh. Hey, hallelujah.
Then there is another very unfortunate thing. When they demonstrate so, yeah, Germans they're very smart. You come, you say you're a political refugee, then do this to you. But inside the demonstration, we see when they talk how they travel, how they sell land, how they sell houses, how they travel on the desert, how they cross the sea. Come. So automatically, the German, they plant other German they amongst you now. Then they record all statements there from now. The moment you know, because all them see and the corner that Sierra Leone way can make her interpret waiting about the top at this demonstration. Now they can't talk say me some people they sell house, some people they sell land, some people they pass through desert, some people they die, some people they this automatically they don't catch the Guernsey as economic refugees. So that statement before we don't give. You say your government you don't want me. I know people stay in that country because of that government. No, you don't change the whole story. So you selling land, you selling everything. You being the one responsible for 100 of your family members. Them, you are economic refugee. You don't point your own case.
Okay. Well, Sierra Leoneans where they listen when people then they call una now and talk say now this government say do this una don't they see. Here is a person where they on the ground and they give we a full analysis of what's in the go on. Now we can so on that day of that demonstration, we see a German officer. We understand say na then religious activists them or the religious people them. The name they is very hard. Sierra Leoneans are not going to call that name. It's very hard. Me na Mende by tribe, I get thick accent, so I'm not going to call that name. But here is this man. He talks say now out of racism then they try for send the blacks then. Why don't they send other countries then? Why don't they send other whites? Mr. Gombe, give we a right or yes or no to that racist statement? How true is it? The German people
Na lie.
You see the German people them for being racist people them, or this man just they look out for church members?
Well, yeah, if you talk of racism, it's everywhere. It depends to how you like me. I can cite you an example based on my own experience. Yeah, when you can one of the things that will make you guys stay there now either if you're a man or a woman I married. Yeah, this at the time there where they don't accept me refugee case yet. This is very funny, but I get for let them out. So me I go out and I talk to a woman there. So there was a time I can't on train. I meet 3 Pekins down at the train station. So I greet them inside German. Then the one they talk to it was hypocrite. Say Scheiße. When you say Scheiße, the word Scheiße mean anything no good. That put in that context. So I'd be very angry the way he answered me. But now when they accept me, I learn German now. Then I know what he mean. If possible, so at that point in time, they feel good. Then when you talk say, when you say Scheiße, I think that me in the talk but for say me Scheiße, which was wrong from my own side. But that was the way I understood it because I didn't go to school here by then.
Well, this not something way about this racism is very common. As long as you're not a national, you're not a born base, you're not a citizen of that country, legally by birth. It's difficult because even their body language here where we did, they go when you call you call somebody and say Elizabeth, then they say what? For me and you too, we know say a rude statement that, and there is no way you begin or you go call somebody and say what, because now so then they do things, but that not gonna be say now racist. So however, you don't clear the air say that gentleman probably just be one look for membership here and there because in a church person then Jehovah Witness system. So that is not racism at all. Not the blaming of the government. Waiting na your statement because we see one of we brother, I don't want to call his name now this medium. He say in an activist for Sierra Leoneans them. He travel from Musa he say they go advocate for them, and we see what they do. He make a lot of claims about the government where some of them are not going to bring Kanaya because they are all baseless, and I don't try for get directly from somebody in the government inside and say those are baseless statements, don't even bring it on your medium. So I'm not going to bring that. But we see this we brother in a Sierra Leone, he get rights because anything if a Sierra Leone they do something I have the right also to go and help if I have to or if I want to. But we see we brother they go and make a lot of claims, Mr. Gobe. clarify them claims, some of them claims and so with Sierra Leoneans the way they listen.
Actually, that guy, you know, only help for protest with the people then, but he put the case altogether. Because all the utterances them, if the German then record their information and they then go listen to them, it be very unfortunate for a Sierra Leonean to map state, they alter their statement then they in place, then they go even disturb if the government want for help, forgive few of them people and they stay, then go think and twice. Then go take Sierra Leoneans and tomorrow as violent people them, as one they will not law abiding, because if the German government don't ask you for let go identify yourself, you know they go there, then they ask you, they give you time for make you left your country. Then you begin alter all kinds of statements there against you young government, or they make false claims there. That is very unfortunate for our brother there,
Okay, let me read some messages then we come inside. I get about 3 messages then we come, Mr. Gombe. Number 1 say, thank you very much, a Sierra Leonean based in Germany. How long have you been there? And tell us, as we are listening to you now, how did you get your stay? Because our brothers are suffering. Why can't you help them? This one come up from Ibrahim, we say in a Kosotam, it come out. I want to read 2 questions, then you go answer them. The other one say, thank you, Madam Elizabeth. This is well, then I just compliments. I'm not going to read that. But please ask Mr. It's a Gombe. Okay, ask Mr. Augustine what is his advice to our Sierra Leoneans currently that are suffering, and how can he help? Let's read these 2 questions. These 2 questions, the one I don't read. The first one, where they ask you how long you don't stay under, and how you get you stay, how you go able to help with Sierra Leoneans stand, and one. And the other one, it were an accommodation, and then lastly, it say now almost based the same question within to the ask. Waiting that you answer to that.
Okay, to the first question, how many years you stay? It's very interesting. Me left Salon, now Rutai, I've been looking at Syria Rutai. So when this rumor of war be done, I get for a stop job, they are taken to photography. So now photography I be do go na free to go print pictures them, I come, I sell, that's why I be they leave. So luckily I get opportunity for left the country and come. Where I come, I seek political asylum, I say we get one as Sierra Leone. But by then, you go find out say the word they deny is say not true, say what is alone. So where I come, all the story where I tell, actually, I back it up with some of those pictures that what I been get on me. So as the time they proceed, evidence of what I've done, they talk, they pop up. Then same at the embassy, I go identify myself, I come, I give them, I make sure say I go away from all bad habits, because we get brothers them way they go do shoplifting, they follow the Nigerians, they sell drugs them. I try to keep away from all those things there. And they instead left with I've been there. Every 2 weeks I go to Berlin for go see friends them. I get a restaurant job what they do for like we subsidize for me living. And most interestingly, the people that I be live with, as Sierra Leonean them, they're not at the end they're not be treating me well. I can tell you for free, because I not be get access to the house. We say they be there. When they can, I go inside. When they come out, so I come out. I don't get no chance to the apartment. So it can't take a time, like because every 6 months we go change visa. I don't change the first 6 months. The other one I come back in every 6 months. But I go every 2 weeks. I go to the camp. I go take the money where they give me the food in they give me. I collect them. Now they bring and now we be eating at the host. So it can't to a time when they don't really tire with me, but they not get no way for we do. So what they do? They ask me, say, man, you don't do that for some time. We want rent this one room there, and I say, okay, I don't get no place for go. They go back on the camp. So then I take some of the things them go, because I say I go renew my visa. After I don't renew, and they can't the following week. Why they go now? They go the balance things there. Fortunately for me, when I go for go renew, without lawyer. They just ask me for now, bring me passport picture. Then I bring passport picture, now they give me blue passport.
Wow.
So that's why I get me stay.
That was wonderful. So
yeah.
The other one say, waiting that you advise to with Sierra Leoneans and brothers then right now where they suffer, waiting that you advise to them.
Yeah, the only advice I get for them, they don't absorb the time where the government we don't allocate for them, for them to do the process, for them to break out to conclusion. The only advice I would advise anybody who don't get more money, where you don't save, go underground, try to find black job where they do. Why is they on that? Look for a woman, look for a woman, where in a man, look for a man, where in a woman. When you get belay from any man, we get documents, and they give you stay. When woman get belay for you, and they give you stay. But for say you go now go find any other way for fight for do this, you don't go change the situation, you know.
Wow. Well,
yeah.
Now the two questions then that the last question, because now 3 questions they come in. The last question they say, oh, thank you very much. This air has been cleared. It has been a lot of lies all over the place. But now, all these questions here and there, we don't know how things are gonna be. Anyways, well, that person I just commenting again, not to question he asked. However, West Sierra Leoneans then, if we just come in, it has been a good time with Mr. Gombe. We try for clear the air because unity on we own side, now peace with the preach. In as much we brothers then they suffer yonder, they are our brothers. In as much things don't go right or don't go wrong, we still remain Sierra Leoneans then. People that will go help them, just go escalate the whole situation like we brother they say. The only advice where we brother they talk now say, go underground please. If una they listen we all this video get for me to now. This man we don't say we in story, now a social activist, it don't come and tell una now say, go underground, look for an option if you know one for let them deport you because it don't come out of hand now. So that's not the statement where Mr. Gombe say. Now Mr. Gombe, what's in your advice to the government, this current government in power?
Well, my only advice to the government, be it APC, SAPP, C4C, may they all come together. We, Sierra Leonean, when we unite over anything, believe me, we will succeed. We will succeed in in a very short while. Let me stop this political intimidation. We don't get no place where they call home past Sierra Leone. Where we can all the one they wait in that place, we get Simini, we get Limba, we get all tribes, we get people them from all political backgrounds. So not only unity, now they hold we together. We appeal to we leaders in Sierra Leone, may them stop this political infighting and let embrace development. Let embrace development. When Sierra Leone is good for all of us, believe me, the country too small, we get so much. It's very unfortunate that they find ourselves now today. Yeah, and one thing about Europe, Europe now a brain drain when it comes to foreigners then. Like we left Sierra Leone in my youthful days. If that would not been there, I started in Asylum or any opportunity there in Asylum at the help. But we used and they left the shores of Sierra Leone or the shores of Africa, they can look for greener pastures. Not to everybody, the fortunate for go back to Asylum. Not to everybody. And that a very big shame on we as a Sierra Leonean. We big one away there and that they're not able to make any provision for we. They see APC, they fail, SAPP, they fail, APC, NGC, they fail this one. This one, not bring anything for we for the past 60 years. Let we change this narrative. Let we come together as a nation. Let Sierra Leone get a program. Say, Sierra Leone, we want in 10 years' time or in 5 years' time, let achieve this. Let work towards that one day. We get ministers them where the government don't so entrust for men let them come on board and help them. They don't do anything other than sabotage. This is not done. It's not done. All at the ask of anybody where the government trust anything to you for let it do. He not do it in ill faith. Now in good faith he do it, and you for reciprocate.
Okay, Mr. Gombe, I tell you plenty thank you for this time where you take and make this beautiful clarifications. Sierra Leoneans, then it's been a good time where we all don't spend together. This now be a 40 or 45 minutes broadcast, because I always they go with somebody and respect in time. Excuse me. Mr. Gombe time we say he will give you 40 minutes of in time, and in 40 minutes we almost go a little bit after farm. So Mr. Gombe, give you round-up statement and tell we Salon farm with them plenty thank you when they give you this opportunity for listening to you, because if they're not listening to you, you know, your presence now is not meaningful, and if you also back not there, they're not going to get the opportunity for get this clear-cut information we give them, and they listen.
My family, una thank you, me na una brother, una pikin, una uncle, una everything. We didn't here, but we had to deal with you now. We know say things are not easy to come by, but believe me, if we unite as a nation, a country in a place very habitable. I dey miss all my friends them. I dey miss Freetown. I dey miss Bo. I dey miss all the plazas them. I dey miss what the time on the highway. I dey buy Fritambo. I miss those things them. So actually, I dey jealous now because of that.
Okay.
You know, but I'm so happy for talk to you now, and I give you thanks for listening to me. Let we unite for let build the country, let go forward.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Gombe. Thank you, and I will talk to you soon. So when Leoneans, then this is the situation right now. We tell Mr. Gombe plenty thank you, because he don't come for give a detailed analysis of waiting don't go on. When I see where Sierra Leoneans, then they cause all the atrocities then left and right. And they cause all the atrocities then. And if we not try for left then thing there, we not go able for can we go further. Mr. Gombe, they preach unity, they preach peace, they preach one word. Lord, we come together. Una where they go and sell Sierra Leonean passports to foreigners then, una stop. We get for come together for make Sierra Leone. This is not about party politics. This is not about SAPP, this is not about APC. When APC can power SAPP, they can lie say they need asylum because they want to join the society. When SAPP can power APC, they can lie say they get political trouble. So this is where the problem is right now. Unala we left. Now only one word go make we come together as one. When I don't listen to what Mr. Gombe don't say, that a vicious circle. 9 people then they do. Where one person can, the other one say this. Where the other one can, this can say this. However, it's a kind of difficult now for we brothers and sisters then for return. But it don't give a remedy. Number one, let them look for woman or man. We get stay or we get paper, let them married or born picking with them. In that process, God will help them. Most people get them. Then stay then overseas through them process here, because when you married or born with citizen, it go difficult for me then send you back, because then go feel say that picking go suffer. Just like when they hear inside one of the interviews and where they say then go take the picking and the Dutch citizens then, when are the small picking and are the Sierra Leoneans then hand, and then go send them people then. But God go make that they not go happen. Just like they tell una, now we learn for be nationalistic. We not go sit down here and pray say we borders them for be deported right now. If that they happen, then nobody not there in the rightful stage. In as much as then they cause trouble, we go pray, say, let them verify them. The one that win at the bad fish, may then throw them out. The one that win at the good fish, may God give them stay and let them serve their life them better. So till next time, I see una, me na be una host and presenter, Elizabeth Kefwe, Fabe Nilgembe. I say una plenty thank you. I will come back with political history, Kutubu on Tuesday, defeating the lies on Thursday. Saturday, we get social media review. Unfortunately, the key host been bereaved. His sister in Peking been died. So, but hopefully we will expect them back for come on air this coming Saturday. So till we meet next week Sunday on Atata.